What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the video. Today we are down at the lake in my bass boat and we are going to see if we can catch some cold winter bass. I'm all bundled up. I've got the bibs on, got the hoodie on, and got the gloves on because it is like 30-some degrees out here, but I think the fish are going to be biting. I've had really good luck on this lake before whenever it's cold. So we're going to go out here. We're going to see if we can catch some fish. This place is loaded with big bass. Let's see if we can go get one. Oh, he got it. He got it. Oh my gosh. Dude, it's a giant. Let's freaking go, baby. That is a certified stud. I just hooked up with a dang big one. This might be bigger than that one I had earlier. I'm not kidding. This is a giant on the shaky head. All right, so we are actually already at our first spot of the day. I drove up here, just got done rigging up some rods, and I have a little bit of everything tied on just because I'm not 100% sure what these fish are gonna be doing. I haven't been here in about a month. The last time I was here, I fished a tournament and I actually won. So if you guys do wanna check out that video, I will have it linked in the description down below. But I was checking out my new deep dive app. This is a company that I just started working with, and I wanted to show you guys kind of a little bit of my game plan for today based off of what the app is telling me. You can go in, you can put the lake that you're at. So I put the lake that I'm at. It is winter. It is a low lake level, no vegetation. There's a little bit, but not too much. And the wind is blowing like crazy today. So based off of that, it tells me I should throw an umbrella rig, medium diving crankbait, jigging spoon, deep diving jerkbait. If I get out of the wind, which I'm gonna try to do some, we'll go to the wind protected area. It says Carolina rig, shaky head, Ned rig, football jig, drop shot, swing head, spoon, and a finesse swim bait. So I have a little bit of all these baits tied on, and depending on if we're in the wind or not is going to determine if we are actually going to throw those baits. The cool thing about this app is I can also go onto my map and I can see where the best areas are for this time of the year. So you can see I have my pinned location right here. I'm right here in one of these best areas, and it tells you that the best pattern is mid-lake and about halfway back. So you could throw a Carolina rig, drop shot, or finesse swim bait, depending on if you're fishing brush or if you're fishing rocks or if you're fishing with shad. So it just kind of all depends. It gives you a few different options for what should be good, and it's pretty cool. It also tells you where the wind is. So if we wanted to see where the wind is, it's over there. And as you can tell, I'm trying to get out of the wind, so I'm over here. I've got a Alabama rig, umbrella rig tied on my new mock jacked combo. That is a new combo from Lew's. I'm loving that thing. I also have a spoon. This is a rather big spoon, but I know that the fish here will eat a big spoon. That's why I've got that tied on. Got a jerk bait, got an underspin, shaky head, got a little Demiki rig, got a finesse swim bait, and then I have 2 drop shots. So basically everything that the app recommended I have tied on, and for the most part that's what I would normally throw anyways. There's a few of those baits that I probably wouldn't throw as much on my own, but hey, we're gonna throw them today and we're gonna see if we can catch a bass on them. And if you guys do want to check out the deep dive app, I have it linked in the description down below. Go ahead, go down there and check it out. We're about to put it to the test and we're gonna see if we can catch some fish on these recommended baits. Let's go. Okay, so right now I'm headed over towards those waypoints. I have them marked on my fish finder, just where I'd seen some fish, and there they are right there. I'm already seeing some mixed in with some bait. And it looks like there may be some brush down there on the bottom too. That looks like a place where I'd probably want to throw my shaky head. So I'm gonna pick up the shaky head and see if there's any of those fish on that brush that want to eat. These fish are definitely eating a bunch of shad right now, but they definitely could eat this shaky head too. All right, it's time to quit playing games. These fish are setting up, waiting for these shad schools to come by, so I gotta throw it. I've got to throw it. As you can tell, this wind is pretty rough, so I'm gonna try to get out of the wind. That way I'm not cold, and so that way you guys can actually hear me. Okay, this is a lot more peaceful and warm than the last spot, because we are out of the wind for the most part. It's still blowing, but it's not nearly as bad right here, at least. I've got my winter clothes on, but I'm still cold. So right now I'm throwing the shaky head just until I can see some fish chasing shad or something like that. I'm just gonna throw it up here on these rocks. Here comes the wind again. I thought I was gonna be protected, but I guess not. I need to just catch me one so I can kind of figure out what they're doing, and after that we'll be good. There we go. First one of the day. Not a big one, but it's a bass. Caught him in a little brush pile. That's all that was. He's not very big. But first fish of the day, which is always a good sign. But I'm not really seeing a ton of fish on my fish finders like I thought I would be, and it's kind of making me think that I need to just go get in a creek. I tried to come up here to get out of the wind, and I'm fishing a little bit more main lake stuff. It's kind of looking like the main lake might not be that good right now. I'm thinking that they may still be pushing these shad up in the creeks. Water temperature is 53 degrees, so it's cold. I figured they might have started moving back out to some of this deeper main lake stuff, but it seems like they're probably in the creeks. I think that's probably where we're headed next. Well, I just ran over into a creek, jumped up about 100 ducks out here, but of course it's not duck season, and we're just gonna look around over here, see if there's any bass. The wind is still not really helping me out. All right, so I've located a group of fish that is eating some bait. And I just put on a little tiny little minnow bait on my drop shot. I'm gonna see if I can get a few of them to eat. He bit it. Finally got one to actually eat it all the way. I think it's a good fish. He's decent. He ain't good, but he's decent. I'll take it. I'll take it. You can see how white these fish are. They're sitting out here in this deep water. I'm in like 40 foot right now. And there's a big group of them, but they're just being really weird about eating. I had to sit there and just work that in front of them for a while just to get them to even think about it. All right, I just moved spots again. This time I'm on the opposite side of the lake where I probably should have been the whole time, where I'm out of the wind a little bit more. And we're gonna fish these pockets in these creeks and hopefully catch a bass. I saw some earlier. They were being really weird about biting. I've caught a few, but nothing extraordinary, that's for sure. But hopefully they'll start biting a little bit better. I don't know. You know, when the fishing's tough, sometimes you just gotta whip out an oatmeal cream pie. And then you'll catch them. That's a big one. He ain't that big. Maybe a 3-pounder? I don't know. Probably should have my drag looser because it has not pulled at all. Oh yeah, good fish. There we go. He ain't huge. He just didn't move when I set the hook. I was like, what the crap? I was like, dang, that has to be a big one. Good fish. Well, that's our biggest one so far today. Honestly, it's been really tough getting them to eat. I've been seeing some fish, but I just haven't been able to get them to eat very good. But I've located some fish kind of out here in a channel. Speaking of that, there's a couple of them right there. They're out here in this channel. They're out here eating bait, and I finally figured out how to catch a few of them, so we're gonna see if we can catch a few more. There's a little school of them right here, about, I don't know, 8 to 10 of them. There we go. It's another good fish. This is probably bigger than the last one. No, he's just a fighter. He's probably about the same size, maybe a little bit smaller. A little bit smaller. Still a good fish though. Not bad. There we go. I've been throwing the drop shot a lot because these fish are very, very finicky. They're not really in a feeding mood, so it's either you can do a reaction bait or you can do something really, really slow, and it's kind of hard to do a reaction bait when you're fishing super deep. So I picked up the drop shot and I'm trying it out a little bit. I found a few fish out here. They're just sitting out here in the channel. That's all they're doing. They're just chilling. I want to try throwing the spoon to a few of these and see if they'll react. I guarantee you they'll react. I don't know if they'll bite it, but they should react to it at least. Oh, he got it. He got it. One of them got it. It's a big one too. Oh my gosh. Yes, baby. Dude, it's a giant. It's a giant. Yes. Oh, I can't believe that. That is awesome. On the spoon. Dude, it's a giant. It's a giant. I'm gonna have to boat flip him too. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude. It's a dang giant. It's a dang giant. Let's freaking go, baby. Let's go. Yes. On the big spoon. That is what you throw it for, son. Oh my gosh. That's why you throw it right there. What a fish. I've been waiting for that bite all day. I said it earlier. I said, hey, you never know. This place has got some big ones. That right there is a certified stud, son. That is a certified stud. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's a good 5-pounder. We'll throw it on the scale just to see, but that is a dang meatball right there, son. On the spoon. Deep Dive told us throw the spoon, so I tied one on. I wasn't even gonna fish one today. And that's what happens right there. Let's go. All right, we've got the scale zeroed out. I think it's right at 5 pounds. When she came up and she was doing circles, she looked bigger than that. Oh, she's over 5. 557. So that's a 5.5 right there, dude. Let's go. What a beauty. That's what I've been waiting for all day. Thank you, girl. Oh, that'll get you fired up on a tough day of fishing right there. Goodness gracious. I think I might throw this a little bit more today now. I just found them out here in the middle of this channel. They're just all hanging out here, eating a little bit of bait and stuff. So I threw my spoon down there, had a group of them looking at it, and I just kept jigging it, just jigging it and jigging it and jigging it. And eventually, old big girl ate it. Another one bites the dust. Yeah, that's a slab. That's a slab. You know, I'm catching these fish like midway back in this creek, and they're just sitting out here in the middle of nothing. And honestly, where I started out at this morning isn't too far from here. I just don't think that I was in the right creek. But now I've found the correct creek and we're catching some. And we're out of the wind, which makes me happy. And life is good. You saw it that time. Yeah. Finally tricked you. Yeah, bruh. There we go. Nothing big, but he's a bass on the little drop shot. There he is. Oh no, dude. I just had one come off on the spoon. Dang it. That was a big one. That was a big one. If I'd put a smaller spoon on here, I could definitely catch more fish, but I'm kind of just head hunting with this one. I'm looking for a big one, because a small one is not going to bite this big spoon. This isn't even the biggest spoon that they make, but it is a larger spoon. All right, let's make us a move. This creek's been pretty good to me, but we're gonna go try one exactly like this close by and see if it's any good, because I feel like I've done pretty good in here, so it's time to make a little change. That's what we're gonna do. Had 2 spoon bites, caught one of them, and it was a giant, and caught some on the drop shot. So I'm calling this creek a success. We're gonna head to this last creek, see if we can catch a few fish there. We might make a pit stop on the way, but probably gonna do that. And I'm gonna go home where it's nice and warm. The sun is going down and it's starting to get cold. And I'm retying my drop shot. This is our last spot of the day. Whether I catch one here or not, this is it. Because I'm cold and I got a long drive home. Oh, he took my worm. No, I broke off my weight. Man. I just tied this thing on. I just hooked up with a dang big one. This might be bigger than that one I had earlier. I'm not kidding. This is a giant on the shaky head. I thought I was rolling, but I wasn't. I could barely see her. She's definitely up there at that 5 pound mark. Gotta be. Possibly bigger. I have no idea, but it is a dang good one. She was up here sunning on these rocks. Yeah, that's a big one. I think it's another 5. Yeah, she's big, son. She ain't as big as that last one, but she'll work. That's a 4 pounder. It ain't a 5, but I guess they just feel bigger when you catch them on the spinning rod. Man, that is an awesome fish. I thought I was rolling the whole time, but I wasn't. But I think we're gonna make that one last one of the day right there, because that is a dang unit, son. We've had a good day. We caught us a 5 pounder. That's definitely right at 4. I'll take it. Let's go.